So I thought you might want to know a little bit about my day job. So this does not have anything to do with what I've been asked to do here, but I was asked a number of years ago to write a little curriculum. It's like a supplemental curriculum on the Three Angels' messages for children. And it was a challenge for every grade level, from pre-K all the way through high school. But this is what I came up with for the Three Angels' messages for very young children. You know, you don't tell first graders there's going to be a judgment and you might be lost, because you will have a first grader that won't be able to sleep. So, you know, the first Angel's messages talks about, well, can anyone say the first Angel's message out of curiosity? Fear God and give him glory, for the hour of his judgment has come. Heavens, the earth, the seas, and springs of water. Yeah. So the first angel is about the judgment. So we teach children God is always fair. Trust that he will do what's right. So once you know God is fair, when it comes time later on to talk about the judgment, you're good. And then worship him. We have God made everything, love, obey, and worship him. God created the world, keep the seventh day holy, to respect him. And then the way we teach Angel 2, Babylon is fallen. You have it on your card. Always keep the commandments. Don't follow those who want you to do something wrong. Obey God even when it's hard. And then Angel 3, use your mind to listen for God's voice. Use your hands to do what God wants you to do. Be patient, have faith, trust Jesus. So anyway, I thought you might be interested in that. I have some of the materials here. But this is backed up by sponsors, so it's not a money-making thing. In fact, they pour all of their money into it. So if you're interested, I believe the website and everything is on here as well. All right. Well, let's have a prayer and we will get started. Father in heaven, thank you so much for each person that is here. I pray that you will be with each one, be with us, draw us closer to one another, closer to you, and help us learn together from one another so that we can be more sensitive individuals and better teachers and learners ourselves. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, I thought some of you are new, some of you were here yesterday, but I thought that we really need to do the in-depth format test, because I gave you that quick test yesterday and I felt like people weren't quite sure of their quadrant, so you're going to have the actual test today. So, and it's a little light when we went to copy it, so I hope you can see the print. If you can't, ask me or ask somebody beside you. But you're going to be getting a sheet with 12 questions on it. Each question has 4 responses. For these 4 responses, you need to fill in one. If you think out of all 4 of these, which one of these is the least like you? Then you look and say, well, which one is the most like me? And you put a 4. And then try to say, okay, a 2 and a 3 for the other 2. Let's give an example. All right. Let's say I said, of these 4 fruits, which one do you like the most and which one do you like the least? And let's say I said lemon, banana, apple, and grapes. Let's say I like a banana the most. I'm going to put a 4 on that. Let's say I like the lemon the least. I'm going to put a 1. And then the other 2, they're kind of in the middle, but I would say I like the grapes a little more than the apple, so I'll give the grapes a 3. I'll give the apple a 2. Okay? So do your best and don't overthink it. Yeah, don't overthink it. There's not going to be a format test police that's going to say that's really not like you or something. Just give it your best shot. If you want to start from the front, I'll start from the back. There you go. Okay. Yeah, we're going to need to try to find pens. That could be a challenge. I do have 1. Do you have something to write with, both of you? Okay, so we need so far 3 writing utensils. Okay, there's 1. Okay, yes, anyone, thank you. Anybody that can share pens, we would appreciate it. Do you have any with you? A pen, maybe? No? Oh boy, I should have. I might have some in the box with some things that I asked them to bring. I'm going to take a look. All right, let's see what we can find. We have crayons. Do you have something to write with? Okay, good. Okay. I'll see if I can find one more thing. Okay. We have 2 more people that need something to write with.
This is the logic.
Okay, that's okay. I think you gave them all, right? Okay, but we need 2 more writing things. I did. That's strange. Is there anything else that needs it? You're a teacher.
Well, you said don't overthink it, so I didn't.
Good. Perfect.
Following directions.
I can already tell your quadrant just by the way you do that. I know what you're going to come out with.
2.
I was thinking of 3 because you like chop chop. Yeah, because you're chop chop. 3 is chop chop. Get it done. I know. That's why I say at least we do the 1 and the 4 first, then the 2 and the 3. But even that, I know. Yeah. Oh no. It's very challenging. And also, it's different in different circumstances. Like if Eric were to do it as a pastor versus home in his workshop, he'd probably get a different, because there's a different context. But it gives you the general idea. Usually you come out sort of accurate.
My guess is that I will end up strong and strongest is my guess.
Okay.
Well, I'm strong one.
Yeah, you're going to have some ones, certainly.
And especially in time crunch, I'm a 3.
Okay. But see, you're an administrator, and if you have to have something of all of them going on, because if you don't, as an administrator, you're going to have a flat spot. That's what it takes to be an administrator.
I creativity.
Yeah.
I don't sense myself as strong in that.
Yeah.
But I value that, and my associate.
Yeah.
Is it he bubbles?
So you're a team.
So bubbles over with creativity.
Yeah.
And if you don't like this one, he's got 5 more.
There you go. But see, if you didn't have the 2 of you together, you wouldn't have a balanced team. You got to, especially in administration, you got to have all of that on your team. If you have a team and they all have all the same quadrants, you're in trouble.
That's why spiritual gift, you don't put all the
Right.
spirits together and all the servers together. So
Right. Exactly. What I always get the least in spiritual gifts test is martyr. I don't have any of that. Yeah, I mean, that is a gift. I was like, you're kidding. People score high in that. Let's see how everyone's doing here. Getting closer. You done? Okay. And you're still going. All right. You done? Okay. That was good using the flashlight. That was smart. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, okay. And you're getting close here? Okay, all right. You're all set. All right.
You're not going to sit in front of a panel and have to defend why you put a 4.
Exactly.
This is my impression.
Correct.
My impressions are never mind.
All right, I think we're getting close. Don't overthink it.
It's hard not to think it.
I know.
Because it all depends on which situation.
Right.
you're talking about.
It can be a challenge.
Yeah.
This is the official format test. This is the real one. Yesterday you had my quick version of it.
Is this content something that's used in any other conference or in any other education?
So the Southern Union at one time adopted it, and all schools were using it at one time.
In Southern Union only?
Mm-hmm.
But I had it in, at Andrews.
Okay. Interesting.
I can't think of his name, came.
Gene Brewer,
Yes. He came and did a piece of it in one of,
one of your classes. Okay.
so I do think other areas have at least been introduced to it.
Okay.
They might not have used it as extensively as the Southern Union.
Yeah. All right, are we ready? Okay. All right, so now comes the scoring part. So the next step is mark on your paper in number 1. You can make it like right over the words that go with it, and then I'll show you how to assign the points. So this is the first 5 questions. Just write by number 1. C is the first one. You can write it right over the words if you want. C, B, D, A. And then I'll show you how you transfer all that. Then you're going to have to do math too. You're going to have to do a lot here. The second one is D, B, A, C. Right? Third one, C, A, D, B. Fourth one, C, D, A, B. The fifth one, B, D, C, A. Everybody so far so good? All right, and those, this is being taped, so I don't know that this is going to mean as much to people that weren't able to be here. All right, number 6, D, B, A, C. Number 7 and 8 are both A, B, C, D. That makes life easy for you, right? A, B, C, D for 7, A, B, C, D for 8. 9, D, A, C, B. 10, A, B, C, D. So far, so good? All right. And the last, wait a minute. Okay, this is, you guys only had 12 questions on there? Oh boy. All right. Well. Okay. Something didn't copy. So, you guys are going to have to do 13, 14, and 15 in order for this to work. I'm going to have to read them to you. Staples is letting us down. All right. Let me just see. All right. So, number 13... you need to add that on your paper. Number 13, I have particular difficulty with teachers who are rule-bound, disorganized, emotional, impersonal. I have particular difficulty with teachers who are rule-bound, disorganized, emotional, impersonal. Anyone need me to repeat it?
Yeah, please.
Okay. I have particular difficulty with teachers who are rule-bound, disorganized, emotional, impersonal. So which of these do you have the most difficulty with? A teacher who is rule-bound, disorganized, emotional, or impersonal? Right? Everybody okay? All right, number 14. Generally, I am studious, caring, down to earth, innovative. Studious, caring, down to earth, innovative. Anybody need it repeated? Okay. Number 15, I would prefer to make the world a happier place, acquire knowledge, solve practical problems, create new ways of doing things. I would prefer to make the world a happier place, acquire knowledge, solve practical problems, create new ways of doing things. Anyone need it repeated? Okay. I would prefer to make the world a happier place, acquire knowledge, solve practical problems, create new ways of doing things. Everyone okay with that? No need to repeat? All right. So you're ready to go through the last 5 for the letters. All right. So number 11, C, B, A, D. Number 12, A, D, C, B. Number 13, D, B, C, A. Number 14, B, A, C, D. And number 15, A, B, C, D. Okay? Now, your next task, yes. Oh, sorry. Okay, number 10 was A, B, C, D. Okay? All right, so now you need to add up your A's, all of your A's. Then add up all of your B's. So if you gave something a 4, that's 4 points. So if it's in... Sure. And sorry about that mix-up on the printing. I'm blaming it on Staples, but you know whose fault it really was. Mine. Okay, so add up all your A's, B's. Anybody need help with their math, let us know and we'll... Sure. Okay. Another one? Wait, sorry. This one, not this one, not this one.
Both the first and the second.
And this one. Okay. Yeah. Anything, no. You every line you're going to have an A. So if you gave it a 2, you're adding 2. If you gave it a 3, then it becomes 5. Every single A, so you're going to have 15 A's. Whatever you assigned for a number, add them together. B's, whatever you gave it for a number, add together. Your total should be 150. So you're going to have to do a little math here, but that's okay. You came to an educational thing. And if anybody hates math, I'll add yours together. Just tell me. Next page. Okay.
Okay, now where you have 4 things,
Yeah.
I'm really bad at these kind of things.
Okay.
In fact, I was talking to my husband out there, from what he observes, because I'm very ADD. And
That's okay.
I have to think of a particular situation to try to answer something. Then
Right,
different
right.
situations, and
Right,
it's going to be a
right.
different answer.
Right.
But so, is this like A, B, C, D?
No,
and the D
no.
is going to be the
So
4?
so you needed to think about now which one is the least like you out of these 4.
Yeah.
Give it a 1. Whichever one of these 3, because you said this is the most like you.
Yeah.
Which is the least. And if it's too overwhelming, just don't even do it.
Well, I'm going to listen, but
Yeah.
it makes me thought, what's wrong with
No. Believe me, I live with my entire family is ADD, so I love
Is
it.
your dad Mark?
No, that's my brother.
Your brother.
Yeah, so he was confused, but I didn't want to say anything. I don't know why.
Explain the scoring one more time.
Okay, the scoring. Okay, so in every line, you should have 4 numbers, correct? Okay, so when I just, let's say you're on line, let's go to line 1. I'll go through it with you. Okay, so line 1, the first number you have is a C. So we're going to start with the A. So line 1, you see the one that has the A on it, the 4th one. How many points did you give the 4th answer? Okay, so you're going to add 2. Now the second one, the A is in the 3rd slot. So you're going to add all the A's, whatever number you assigned it. Anybody else need more explanation on that? Uh-huh.
What age groups of kids would you use this test for?
Oh, this is the adult one. There's a different one for kids.
Different one for kids.
Yeah. There's a student one. That's a lot simpler. But this is just for you guys to understand your own learning style. The student one, I might, actually. Let me just see what I have here. This is the adult one. Yes, I do. No, I don't have a kid one. But I can tell you where to order all of this. I'm sorry. This is a program for parents, but it has you doing it to understand yourself.
That's nice.
Yeah, no, believe me. I love people with ADD. I'm attracted to people with ADD.
It's attention deficit. Ooh, shiny.
There you go. You know what you can do? I'm going to give you a special way to do yours. Count up how many A's you marked. Like, okay, so here's 1, 2 A's, 3 A's. How many times did you mark an A?
That's what I was going to go. Well, I
Yeah,
don't know. I
going
have to
by
figure,
that.
I have to write
so-
which is the A's.
Yeah,
first. So that's-
exactly. So let's go back to the first one.
Well, I've got them written down here.
Okay.
That page, so 4. Okay.
Oops, what is going on here? This. Okay. Okay. Yes, Eric, do you have more of those? And the last 3 questions I have to give you orally because because they didn't copy. But you're marking, let's see, you just had a pile of them.
I know, they're right.
Okay, so you're marking for each of these. The one that's the most like you, you put a 4. The ones the least like you, you put a 1, and then try to figure out which would be 2 and 3. So, does that make any sense? It's like a continuum.
Okay, yep,
I think there are some floating around. Let's see. Eric, do you have any more pens? Okay. He's on it. Yeah, no problem. See, just look on the screen if it's easier.
Okay, well,
And tell me which screen you want me to put.
Okay, that's okay. Tell us what the A is.
Yep, I will. Yep.
What was it?
Oh, no, I didn't tell you yet.
Oh, you didn't tell me.
That's the
Okay.
big surprise. Once you have all your numbers figured out, once you have your totals, then we will talk about that.
Okay, now, here's the
because I wasn't in your 13, 14, when you read off 13, 14.
Oh,
I
okay.
just wrote
Yep.
it.
Okay. All right, so number 13. So you put the second one.
The disorganized?
Yeah, so that is, that's the second one for 13. So that's a B. Wait. Yeah, that's a B. 14. What did you put for 14?
Well, I put Karen.
Okay, so that's the second one. So that's an A. And
Make the world a happier place.
that is number 15 is an A. Okay. Yeah, so now just see how many you have of each letter that you marked. Yeah. Correct. All right, everybody have their math done? Yes? You ready to go? All right. So are you finding it clustering around 2 of the letters mostly? Mm-hmm. All right, I think I got a few people still adding up. All right, so let me just tell one person what to do and then we'll go over it. No, I'm just going to tell him. Yeah, once you finish, then there's a whole other thing that you do. Yeah, so the last, okay, so you're ready for the last 3. Okay. I'll have you read him the last 3.
I said yes.
Okay. Just read him the last 3 questions for 13, 14, and 15. And then he's going to have to put in the ABCD. Okay, so you ready to go? It's funny because it's very hard to do, but once you actually do it, you'll be surprised at how your quadrants show up. So how many people have a majority, their highest number is A? Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7. That means you're a quadrant 1. And we're going to talk about what a quadrant 1 is. So just mark on your paper that if that's your highest number, your strongest suit is a quadrant A. How many people came up with the majority 2? No.
Or B.
Oh, I'm sorry. You can tell I'm not a 2 by the way I'm doing this. How many people came up with the majority of B? Okay, I need you people here. Please do not leave the room. I obviously need some 2s in here. If your majority is B, then you are a quadrant 2. Okay, or if that's your backup. Okay. And sometimes they're pretty close, you know. All right, how many people came out with C as their highest quadrant? You didn't? I thought you would have.
It's only a 19.
Oh my goodness, because you went right
Because I
through
went
it.
too fast.
Okay, C is a quadrant 3. And how many people came up with 4? Majority, wait, D. How many people came up with the majority of D?
It's my backup.
Okay, then D is a quadrant 4. And so now we're going to talk about the quadrants, but I just need to make sure the one person that came in later that he knows what we're doing. Sorry. Okay, then after that, you're going to have to go to the slide. And then you see how this is 11, 12. So like on number 11, then this is going to be C, B, A, D.
Oh, I see some truth.
Yeah. Okay. And I guess I'm going to need to help you with yours a little later because then I have to go to the other slides. All right, so let's take a look. So the quadrant 1s, see if any of this rings true for you, and if not, maybe people you know. Okay, so quadrant 1 is generally a people person, and I'm very happy that we have a lot of you here. Okay? You seek meaning. If some of you are in here and you're a 1, you want to know, why are we even doing this? Which I think I neglected to set the stage for the people who came in new because we talked about that yesterday. But we're doing this so we understand our own learning style, the style of children, and the style of board members, pastors, people in the congregation. But so a quadrant 1, your favorite question is why? Why are we doing this? If a quadrant 1 does not see meaning, they will tune out. It will make absolutely no sense to them. It's like, why are we doing this? They have to be personally involved. There has to be some kind of a personal connection. And they learn by listening and sharing ideas. They function through social interaction, and they believe in their own experience, and they model themselves after people that they respect. So if you're working with a 1, in a Sabbath school class, you're a teacher, or in your family, or one of your grandchildren, understand that this is what makes them tick. They want that social interaction, but the thing has to make sense. It has to be meaningful. And I will find a place to post the slides, but feel free if you want to take pictures or...
Which letter is this?
A.
A. No, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah. Okay. That's 1. Everybody ready for quadrant 2? So this is if you had the majority of B. Where are quadrant 2s in here? I think we have a couple of them. Okay. Again, we need you in here. As a quadrant 2, you're going to keep us online when I was saying the letter versus the number or whatever. All right. A quadrant 2 is a fact person. Their main question is what? What do I have to know? These are the students that generally succeed in school because they come in, they want, what do I need to know? Now, my younger son, the teacher told me when he was in school, he did not have the 1 going on at all. He was a quadrant 2-4, which is a really interesting combination. But the teacher said when I went to parent-teacher conferences, he just said, get the other kids' desks out of the way, let me get over here and do my work. Just facts. They seek intellectual competence. Details are very important to a quadrant 2. You don't miss a detail. They want to verify the facts. How do you know that's true? They like a chain of command. which is very different from some of the other quadrants, and they want to add to the world's knowledge. That's what's in their mind. How can I add to the world's knowledge? Okay? Knowledge is important. I have a niece who is a quadrant 2. She has 2 law degrees, and she's decided that she has wanted to become all things textiles and weaving and all of that. And she has gone full out on that. And I mean, if she weaves something, she starts with the sheep. I mean, she literally does. I mean, I recently wrote one of the books for the new kindergarten Bible series, and we wanted to illustrate it. And so I was able to get what do you call that stuff? Wool, yeah. Like it's the raw wool before you do anything with it. Yeah, she gave me a bag of it. And it was a huge bag, and I said, I just needed a little amount. She says, yes, but I don't want to get the kinds mixed up, because if you take some, it could be mixed up, and there's different kinds of sheep and everything else. And she gave me a spindle that I could use that they would have used in Bible times, so that it was great for the picture. But I had the actual wool, the spindle. That's how particular. Once I was the administrator of a school, you figured out I'm not a 2 at all. And I had somebody working for me that, it was there was a pre-K, it was a Montessori school. And you know how you send a list out for snacks for the parents to bring? No, she said, can I change it? I don't want to send the list out for snacks. I want to send it out for cleaning supplies. I said, well, it doesn't usually work that way. The parents are used to getting a list, and they would make a trail mix. You bring the Cheerios, you bring the raisins. No, she wanted to say, you bring the Windex, you bring the Clorox. And then she left a note out whenever the janitor came in, here's the key to the closet. Make sure when you wax the floor that you open the closet so that gets waxed as well. So she was very much a detail person, which it was I didn't know format at the time, and it was a little bit of a clash because I'm just get it done. So a 2, but 2s are important people, because if you don't have them, you're going to miss those little details that they will keep track of. All right, the 3 is the problem solver. How are we going to get this thing done? They seek solutions to problems. And sometimes you can even see this in marriages. Maybe you want to be in a 1 mode and you want somebody to listen to you, and your spouse is just trying to solve your problem. You're like, no, I just wanted to talk. They judge by usefulness. Their goal is to make things happen. They honor authority, but they will work around it if necessary, because the goal of a 3 is to get her done, just to get her done. My dad was a very strong 3. At Christmas time, he said, at the end of Christmas, let's just put a sheet over the Christmas tree all decorated, bring it down to the basement, we're all set. Next year we can bring it upstairs. We're like, but Dad, we kind of like to decorate the thing. Sometimes he'd wrap a present, get my mom a purse. He'd just crunch the wrapping paper around the handle of the purse, come up with it. My husband can be quite a 3 at times. I asked him to fix my purse. The next thing I know, there was a bolt coming out the side of it. So that's a 3. They're just going to get it done. It was my son's birthday. He came up there. I said, we need to light the candles. He came up there with a blowtorch. Whoom! Half the top of the cake was melted. But hey, it was lit. So a 3 is just going to get it done. And again, the rules, it just depends. If you need to get something done and a rule is in the way, you're just going to stomp over it. All right. Now, quadrant 4, these are our innovators. Oh, I forgot to ask. Wait, we got to go back. Where's our quadrant 3s in here? All right, good. We're going to get some stuff done in here. All right. All right. Now, we don't have a lot of 4s, right? Where's our innovators in here? We have any 4s?
It's my backup.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so a 4 is an innovator, and their thing is what if? What if? Now, as a superintendent for 15 years, I've seen every kind of teacher, and I will never forget the teacher who was a 2, detail person, and he said to his students, we are going to make posters. Hold the paper like this. And one, obviously quadrant 4, said, but what if we hold it like this? He said, you heard what I said, hold it like this. I think you need a little more format training. All right, so a 4 seeks possibilities, and I'm a strong 3-4. They judge by gut reactions, and they tend to disregard authority. If a 4 has an idea, whatever it takes, they look for a new path, and their goal is to challenge complacency. And those of you who do know my brother Mark, I think some of you, I was introduced as if Mark Finley was my father. That was very delightful to me because he's my brother. So sometimes people ask which one of us is older, and that's very irritating when you have a sibling who's 8 years older and someone says which one of you is older. I'm ready to take them out right then. But when he was now introduced as my father, that made it up to me. So I'm going to get a lot of mileage out of that one. But I tell you, the way he accomplishes things, he's a strong 3-4. He's a visionary and he gets things done. And I mean, he told a story of how he was trying to get into some country where they would not let him in. People were not allowed to go over the border, and he was insistent on it. And he had another country that had stamped, I wish I remember the countries, but that had stamped his passport. He didn't even know the language, and he just went up to the border guard and he pointed to the stamp from the other country, and he was like, they stamped, you stamp. And he got into this country, you know. So again, quadrant 3, was your goal is to make things happen. And then quadrant 4, you seek possibilities, you're looking for a new path, you're challenging complacency. So those are your 4 quadrants. So when you think about it in terms of asking questions, if you're asking, or if you know a person who's always saying, but why do I need to do this? It's very personal to them. That's a quadrant 1. It's very personal. They have to personally connect with the content or they're going to turn it off if they don't see any purpose to it all. It's interesting when I look at this because one of my sons is a 2-4 and one is a 1-3. My son that is a 1-3 is an audio engineer. He has a degree in show production. His job, and he has ADHD, so it's a perfect job for him because he's always somewhere different and plugging stuff in and in the middle of the action. But with him as a 1-3, I mean, why? If he doesn't see any purpose to the thing, he'll throw it out. It has to make sense to him. And then he has that practical part. So, but 4 is, what do we need to know? Give me the facts. I want to know the details on this. 3, how can we just get this thing done? The bottom line. Now, you're going to see how some of these can clash, because if you have somebody like myself that's a strong 3-4 and I'm a bottom line person, and then I have somebody that keeps trying to slow me down. Well, yeah, but we haven't gotten the facts yet. We have to make sure. And I remember many times people saying, you're running ahead. You're going too fast. You're running ahead. I'm like, just keep up with me already. Who cares about these minor facts, which sometimes are pretty important to care about. And then 4, what if I did it another way? So when you look at these, and the thing that becomes a challenge, if your 2 quadrants that you yourself have are opposing quadrants, you imagine how hard it is to be a 2-4. If you're a 2, yes. Because if you're a 2, you want to get every single detail. But if you're a 4, you want to think outside the box. So you're trying to get all the details and get outside of the box. That's you're always at war with yourself. And I know many people I know that are 2-4s, that's exactly where they are. They want to be creative. They have all these ideas, but they can't ever get started on them because they have to get every single thing labeled. You know, they're spice cabinets. They have a door. I know somebody that has a door on the spice cabinet this tall, and on the inside of it, every single thing has a label to the door, and every single thing here is totally organized with that. But everything, yes, exactly. So you're trying to get all that done, but then you're creative and want to get outside of the box, but you can never get off step 1. if you're extreme. So that's a challenge. Or if somebody is a 1-3, you're wanting to be personal and you're wanting to take your time, but you want to get it done, it can be a challenge, some of these combinations. All right, here's another way to think about this. Let's say you had a fence to paint, and somebody said, your job is to get this fence painted. How do you think it would look an hour later? What about if you're a quadrant 1? An hour later, what do you think would be happening with that fence? Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. I mixed these in order so you could figure it out. So yeah. So which color is your quadrant 1?
The blue one.
Yeah. You're working with a group, trying to make sure everybody's getting along, getting that fence painted. That's right. Now, what quadrant is this? You're still on the first few slats, but they're perfect.
2.
There's your quadrant 2.
It's my husband.
Okay, see, it all starts to make sense. All right, what about this? You're pacing the perimeter of the property, dreaming up plans for more durable fences.
4.
There's your 4. And you've counted the number of slats, planned out how long it takes to paint one. You're on schedule with your plan. Yeah, and it's a 3 because you have a plan, you want to get it done. And this was me, like as a teacher, oh my goodness, trying to grade students' papers. God bless all the teachers, and especially if you had them write essays. I'd have this big stack, I'd look at the time, all right, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. If it takes me 15 minutes each paper, there's so many papers, that means I'm going to be done by 12. By 11, then I got to readjust. Okay, apparently it's taking me 20 minutes of paper. That means I'm going to be done by 1. By 1 o'clock, I'm starving. I'm getting a little crabby. I'm having low blood sugar. I'm counting the rest of the papers. But yeah, so that gives you a little idea. So what I'm going to have you do is do a little project according to your quadrants. So if you are a 1, please stand. Let me see how many 1s we have. No one's able to get out of this, so you may as well admit it.
Suck it up and go.
Right. All right. So the 1s come over here, and then I will tell you the task after I get you all grouped together. All right. So there are the 1s. And my able assistant will just help me pass out materials. He will not have to get into a group in a little while. Okay. Who are the 2s? Quadrant 2s, please stand up. All right, go over here. This is good. So we have a similar amount of, that's interesting. Similar amount of people. All right, quadrant 3s, stand. Who are our quadrant 3s? Okay, you can go back over there, in the back somewhere. And are the rest of you 4s? You must be because you're left. We need some 4s. I hope you're a 4. 4, 4, 4, and a 4?
I don't know. I mean, looking at this.
I think you said you were a 1 more. Yeah, I think you can go with the 1s. Okay, so you 3 are 4s. You 3 are going to have to do it for us. All right, your job is to, you ready? Your job is to think of a way. You could do it with a metaphor, anything you want. We're going to give you a piece of paper. We have markers, all kinds of things. And to make a way to explain to the rest of the group your style. Now, if you want to do a skit instead, anything you want, or put it on this paper. If you want to do a metaphor, you can say, we are like this because of this. But you have the paper, we have crayons, you can go out there for a little while, and we'll give you 10 minutes to come up with something that shows your group. Yeah. That's for your group.
So we're just supposed to come up with something that
That-
represents
Your group.
our group somehow, or quadrant.
You get a lot of stuff.
We're gonna come up with a better.
Here you go. That's the first. That's something.
Hasn't been done before.
Here's some crayons.
Do something to explain what our thought is and what we are.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
Yep, you get markers too.
Oh my.
You can get another one if you need to. You get some markers too.
Oh.
Here's some markers. We have the big markers too. Let's make sure, is there any other
For an
groups?
explanation, or maybe we should imagine this is a PowerPoint.
Did a group
Okay.
go outside? Yeah, see, making sure they got that. Oh, you got that.
Tell us the assignment one more time.
Okay.
We're a little bit slow here.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Explain your learning style to the rest of the group in any way you want. You could do a skit, you can make a metaphor, we are like this because of this. Any way you want to explain what a 4 is like.
Teach what quadrant 4 or what.
Yeah, like in a creative way. Since you're 4s, you got to be way outside of the box now.
Maybe we didn't test right.
Okay. What else do I have here? Some of this is for another project. I do have some stickers. I'm going to save these, I think. The other thing I have is those bigger markers, if anybody wants any bigger ones. Yeah, you can just get that thing out.
We're not trying to teach them. We're just addressing our peers.
Right. Right. Like I'm saying, you could say, if you want to do a metaphor, if you want to do a crazy skit since you're 4s. I'm a 4th. Like, I expect the 2s are going to come up with a chart. No, you guys are
I
going to.
think I should have been a 2, so I think I had a trouble with you. Because I said, let's do a PowerPoint with bullets.
Oh, wow. You two need to help her out. Help her out.
You're thinking skit. Okay, let's do skit.
All right. I'll just get a few and give them to some people. Here, take this one.
To come up with,
Okay, got it? I gotta go to the restroom.
Okay.
okay, I can understand. So maybe, okay.
You're the leader here.
I'm the leader.
fat
You're
ones.
leading out.
Okay, no, no, I was just asking all the questions. That's
Here's some more fat ones.
Maybe this would be better.
What do you think? Would this be better? Oh, yeah.
See, we're not the get her done group. We're the
Right.
discuss.
There you go.
Maybe you should come up with a problem, and then in the skit, you guys come up with a new way of doing things in a creative way. Right. Well, that's the way we should interpret it.
Yeah. So one of
Here's
our
some
things
more.
is judged by
If you want some
usefulness.
nice ones. Whoops, sorry.
What's there is
Here's a nice black one if you want this.
Thank you.
doing it forever. And you're saying you have to like him. Everything goes. And then one of us can say, but we've never done it that way before. That's not how we do it here.
Okay, so let's
We're
notify.
detail-oriented, we only need one or two. We're not colorful.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, you got it. You got it. That's a,
Brewer, I think he taught schools, did he?
yeah, Brewer was around for a long time, and he lives in Stone Mountain, I think. Gene Brewer, yeah.
I remember him actually.
Oh, yeah.
New Jersey teaching.
Is that right?
Back when I was probably in high school.
And with the time.
Wow. No, I don't think he's that old. I don't know.
He went to Africa, I think.
Really? Huh. Okay.
It's
You,
the same band.
yeah, I don't know. This is, I would say Gene Brewer is probably in his late 70s. Or maybe early 80s. Maybe early 80s. Maybe, yeah, his name is W. Gene Brewer. So I don't know what his first.
There was a brewer in New Jersey, I think, who went overseas.
Yeah, maybe he's related to him. Yeah, maybe.
And then you can just, because are you going to make someone go up and sort of
Yeah, yeah,
explain it? Yes.
yeah.
When you're up there.
Some,
You know, that whole wall
uh-huh.
is pictures of this area of
Yeah.
Lake Junaluska.
Yeah.
You see the building, and the auditorium when it was set up. and
Wow.
everything, and-
Huh. That's
And
interesting.
there are some pictures there before the auditorium was built.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah.
Like
See,
postcards.
now this is supposed to end at 5:15, but maybe I'll say tomorrow they'll explain.
You're being recorded. Yeah. Tomorrow.
They'll present.
Okay. Just.
What about, I've got customers that
Here,
say, well,
turn it off.
Looking for a solution. Okay, so we need the big eyes. No, I live in Florida. Yeah, I've been in the United States for 30-something years. So we
just pick it up and put it back on.
We need to create a way to package these cakes.
That's good.
You're gonna be very disappointed in us.
No.
We're not there.
You're good because as a 4, you're not even doing anything on the paper.
No, that's what I'm saying. I
That's-
feel like we're disappointed.
No, that's showing you're a 4.
It is?
Because you're not even using.
Indecisiveness?
No, not even using the paper.
Maybe we should make it into a paper airplane.
Yeah, you could. You
Or
literally.
just take the day off.
You could actually do that.
Okay. All right, let's
Make
do
a giant. Make a giant paper
We
airplane.
did not feel like drawing.
We did
Yeah.
not follow instructions.
Right. We did it our way. We thought it would be more impactful. That actually.
We did our play.
Do you know how to make one?
Oh, yeah.
Well, then you're in luck.
Okay, all right.
That's actually very effective.
Yes.
That's actually a very good solution.
Right there. All right. Take the day off. Okay, so let's go back to the dishwashing idea. And he'll say, hey, I've got some dishes up there. And I said, great, let's take the day off and get rid of this.
Here.
My daughter's